everybody! Welcome back to Northern Lion Plays Abiding by AFTERBIRTH. So far so good, we're on one win. It couldn't really be worse than that. We got an Isaac run, dude, it's been forever. I'm so excited. I love Isaac runs. I love the D6. FVCZ TNZQ. This is my favorite menswear magazine, men's culture magazine. GQ? Hell no. Up here we got ZQ, or as we like to call it, ZQ. What does the Z stand for? It stands for stay out of my business. I'll accept this reroll. Bobby Bob-Bombs, not amazing, but let's count the positives. Contributes to bomb synergies, gives us 5 early bombs that we can use for hopefully tinted rocks, or you know, maybe an early cash infusion from a donation machine or something like that. And if we get more bomb synergies, then they, you know, ameliorate together to create a situation in which we're happier. But don't forget, okay, don't forget that that's a complete waste of a bomb. Let's kill the enemy first. Don't forget, if we get small rock here, that's Bobby Bob-Bomb in action. We didn't get small rock. We got a spirit heart. That's pretty good. I think we'll probably, I mean, maybe we'll look for the secret room. I do want to save maybe 2 bombs for the boss fight. It's a little lazy, but you know, like when you worked at a company for 50 years, and you're like, you know what? I'm not using your damn coffee. I'm gonna bring my own coffee out of my pocket, and I'm gonna drink that coffee. I'm sick of your shitty coffee, okay? I've been senior marketing executive here at Dunder Mifflin for 10 years, 10 decades, and the coffee sucks. So I'm gonna bring my own damn coffee, and that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're doing right here in this moment. We're bringing our own coffee. If we're fighting a boss that is annoying, I would like to have the ability to blow it up. But we'll use a bomb right here to hopefully find a secret room. And there it is. And I'll donate a key here because I'm an idiot and didn't foresee what I was doing. Take bombs or key. Also take cracked dice, which I don't even understand what it does, really. You know what? This is a great time to look it up. What does cracked dice do? What does crack mean? Urban Dictionary. When Isaac takes damage, there is a chance the D6, D8, D12, or D20 effect will activate. Okay, I can see some cool interactions there. I think this is something that maybe I knew at some point, but I had forgotten. We got 1 bomb left for the Monstro fight. We don't need to use the bomb here. I have a bomb. I have a Monstro. No, stop! Monstro bomb. I'm not gonna do that to you. Maybe I'll get this. It's just another meme, alright? We've lived through the Harlem Shake, and we've lived through What Does the Fox Say. We're all gonna live through Pen, Pineapple, Apple, Pen, okay? I'm not gonna capitalize on it. I'm not gonna make a Pen, Pineapple, Apple, Pen video. But we're gonna make it through. I just want you to know that if we're strong together, we made it through the summer of Harambe, we can make it through the autumn of Pen, Pineapple, Apple, Pen. I promise you that. Do I want a speed upgrade? It's so boring, but it's like really useful, but Mom's panties are way worse. And then we re-roll it again, and we get the box. Okay, the box is actually an item I like a lot. And we get HP out of that, so I think this ends up being the right decision for sure. Tower sucks. One makes you larger is not that bad. We'll take the tower down to the next floor, even though it's kind of garbage. All right, you want to leave now, cats? By all means, escape. Don't let me hold you back. No, stop. I'm going to try to give this Joker a taste of his own medicine. And it worked out fantastically. We're not going to have any chance of an arcade here, but I think we've used the D6 pretty effectively. If I remember from the days where I only played Isaac, what's the secret to playing Isaac? Use the D6 very aggressively, you know? Better to re-roll a 6 out of 10 item, have a chance at a 4 and a chance at a 10. Maybe not an equal chance, but, you know. Those 10s mean way more than like 5 6s. Most of the time. Like, would you rather have 1 brimstone? Or would you rather have, you know, 4 meat upgrades? I think I'd rather have 1 brimstone, all other things being equal, which they rarely are. Let's see if we can cash in on some extra consumables here. Of course, like a, you know, crawl space would be a nice advantage as well, but 6 cents for 2 bombs, I'll take it. Not bad. Take the long way home here. I don't mind. Historically not been amazing at that room, but we made it through. Little Gertie. What do you think about Little Gertie? I think it's okay. We just had it last run. Again, it always like lends credence to this idea that an Isaac You know, seeds are somewhat like items are seeded based on time or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna go through. I don't want to ruin the mystery for myself, but it definitely seems like on consecutive runs, you're probably more likely than average to get items that you had on the last run as well. Unlimited homing bombs, pretty good. Feeling pretty solid about the Bobby Bob-omb pickup. Speed up Lemon Party. Nothing wrong with that. Throw a bomb down here. Possible second secret room. Even if it's not, it doesn't matter. You know, we're hoping to pick up these pennies. 12 cents. Definitely can get something from our shop. The only question is if we want to, you know, mill our donation machine out. It's kind of been caught in a holding pattern for a while, so I would like it personally if we could get, you know, 99 cents and donate it all on this run. We'll see if it happens, though. I would say odds are pretty low for a number of reasons. But for now, I will say, feeling very confident. I mean, 4 HP is really the super strong suit that we have going for us right now. I'll take experimental treatment. Takes us closer to spun. And I will take, you know, we should be going maybe a little harder on those deals with the devil, but Guppy's tail, we haven't had a Guppy transformation in a little while. So I feel like our pity timer for some Guppy action is definitely, you know, acceptable. Right, that was pretty bad. Let's go check out the curse room. I forgot that I hadn't done this yet. And this could be our, in fact, I'm gonna say is, yeah, our secret room. That's an awful lot of money as well. We're up to 29 cents. Might as well blow this guy up. Could get Steam sale or something. Or just a couple of spiders. Now we get Diplopia. Now I'm gonna do something I don't often do, and that's re-roll Diplopia. In fact, I'm actually gonna buy it and then re-roll it. Is there a better play? We could, like, Diplopia immediately, and then, no, it doesn't work. I think we're better off just doing this. And then grabbing the champion belt and re-rolling Diplopia. Obviously, I don't want the boomerang, but it is what it is. Not because Diplopia is worse than the boomerang, or not because Diplopia is worse than the D6, but because we have a chance to get Diplopia if we go back to Eden Streaks, which you know, if I was a betting man, I'd say is probably something that's pretty plausible in our future to come up eventually. But we very rarely get the D6 because the Diplopia you can buy on shops, the D6 you can't. So the D6 is really rare on Eden runs. So I'm actually just going to take advantage of the fact that we've been given an Isaac run and enjoy it. Ooh, nice stop on a dime, baby. That's why you get your brakes checked at Meineke. Okay, down to the next floor. Caves 1. 6 minutes, 34 seconds. I think at this point, you know, a couple of points doesn't make a line, but, you know, a couple of months seems to indicate a trend. We can't put a bomb down yet because it's going to home to the enemies. We want to find the second secret room here. And we want a battery charge before we go in here as well. But I think I've slowed down. I don't know what did it. Maybe it was being away for a while. You know, it just reset some pattern that I have in Isaac. We've really slowed down our play, I think. And it's not a bad thing, except that it means we've missed boss rush a lot more than we used to. And I think I'm completely okay with that because it did... I shouldn't have left before that was done. But I did, you know, it helped buoy a pretty nice streak that we had going on. So, like, I'm not feeling like it was the wrong decision. But at the same time, I would like to do boss rush. I miss it. You know, there was a time we were doing boss rush, like, at least 1 in 3 runs. We had the opportunity to do boss rush. And I do miss those times, man. That felt like a secret room to me. Because boss rush, it's a cool game design thing. You know, it's one of my favorite parts of the game because it's a risk reward. It rewards being fast, and oftentimes I like doing that because it means that I don't have to be as diligent. I have to be diligent in other ways, let's say. You know, instead of worrying about, oh, I ran the arithmetic on this and the expected value of doing 1 extra room is, you know, like, there's a place for that for sure. But I like to play a little fast and loose improvisational style. I think I'll re-roll that. Ooh, that's a ticket right there. Okay. So I'm stoked now that we've taken experimental treatment. Old bandage is fine. Actually, there's probably a case to be made that with cracked dice we could get some good value out of it, but it's not what we needed in this moment. And the syringe, Roid Rage, I think this one is. I always forget the names. This is Roid Rage, purple's growth hormones. White is obviously speedball. I'm thinking, like, maybe there's a way that we can get cracked dice to work for us as, like, a surrogate D6. The problem is, I can see forever's good as well. The problem is, we don't really have any way to hurt ourselves without using bombs here, and then there's a risk associated. Like, the thing is, I feel like the cursed dice or cracked dice must be like crazy overpowered, because I was talking about this with Sinvicta, and we both agree, although he uses this item a lot more than I do. Like, almost all the dice are overpowered. The D8 is ridiculously overpowered if you use it properly. You know, you can basically Yeah, I'll take it. You can self-select your stats. So if you don't like this one, reroll. You don't like this one, reroll. And you just reroll until you get a stat profile you actually like, you think is good for the run, and you roll with that. We've seen item room. Can't remember if we've seen shop, but there's the double key room. So I feel like if you got, like, cracked dice plus IV bag, and then you were able to get enough red hearts to really make use of it, you could create a really awesome situation where you could basically self-select your own stats. I mean, if it gives you the D4 as well, I suppose you could self-select your whole run, which is a scary thought sometimes, but either way, it seems like this could be a ridiculously overpowered item in the right hands. Are my hands the right hands? I'd say, for the most part, probably not, but who knows, you know? It looks like we'll have enough money to get an arcade on the next floor. Who knows if we get IV bag or something like that? That could be zany enough and interesting enough and maybe even strong enough to warrant getting rid of the D6. I definitely want to go to our shop, though, because one spirit heart just gives me peace of mind. Yeah, smart idea. Alright, let's not die on the Isaac run. You know, if you die on the Isaac run, you have your streamer card is rescinded for a while. I've already been there. Yeah, it's a double key room. We're gonna go grab whatever health we can / have to. We went that way to the secret room. Yeah, we didn't come back down this way. And there's our shop. Okay. Good stuff. I actually love Evil Eye when it works. It just works so infrequently that, like, you know, to have 2 Evil Eyes on the screen is like a Halley's Comet situation. So we just saw that happen twice in like 5 minutes. So maybe Halley's Comet is a little bit grandiose. You get the idea. Yeah, you know what? Let's best of both worlds. Let's get Battery Baby. Giving us some extra charges, freezing enemies. Creating a situation that's positive for us here. I really do not want to get... I mean, I want to get the Nun's Habit, but I don't want to mill our donation machine. This is the most boring decision I hope to make this video. I don't want to ruin our donation machine to get Nun's Habit, which will probably improve the fun of the run. But I want that donation machine to be healthy. If we ever choose to pop off another streak, which I'm, you know, very happy right now to not, but at some point maybe. We re-rolled all rocks on the room there. That didn't feel right. If it happens, it happens, basically. But I'd like to contribute to a healthy donation machine economy. We don't need an Nun's Habit right now. What's the number one thing we want to re-roll? Well, the only thing left to re-roll on this floor is Nun's Habit, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm not going to worry about our shop. I'm just going to take our money down to the next floor. Oh, come on. What a miss. Alright. Let's head down. We slowed ourselves down by like 2 minutes here. That's because of, you know, my relative lack of speed, but also I would say, you know, big ups to Curse of the Lost for this as well. But apart from that, it's a good run. You know, we got a great rate of fire. We got good incidentals. Guppy's tail's good. We're very close to the Spun transformation. Not a whole lot of negatives working against us now. Lack of protection from our deal with the devil risk, I think, is the big thing. We really need to play well for, like... Well, that's a bad start. It would benefit us to play well through the early stages of this floor. So that we can have a good chance to grab a deal with the devil. And, you know, if we become Guppy, this runs off to the races. We can get as zany as we want to get. I guess we should be worried about cracked dice, because if cracked dice can give you the D4, it could reroll our amazing run into something even more amazing. Or substantially worse. I mean, I guess that's always a possibility, but I'd choose to always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of death. Do-do. Even as you draw your terminal breath. That's Monty Python. I'm not just being morbid for no reason, you know. I was disappointed in that golden chest. I was hoping for like a single spirit heart or a small rock, but a golden chest giving us a trinket that is fun. Like the Karma trinket can be fun. Still one of my lesser used ones, but I think I'm giving cracked dice a chance to impress me one way or the other. Okay, That's bad. I can be impressed by badness. But I'm hoping I won't have to be. I will continue to open these. Did we get Mom's Key or something? I don't know why we're getting... I stepped on that spike and did not take damage. I don't know what's up with that. But we're getting a lot of payouts from chests here. We'll take the 9-volt, and you know what? It still makes sense to take the Spirit Heart. There's a chance. Sorry, my game slowed down because of the Skype message. Is it from Mathis? It is not from Mathis. It is from Simvicta. He wants to know when the GeoGuessr episodes are going to go out. That's a fair question. GeoGuessr episodes, at least for the here and now, coming out every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope you guys are enjoying them. It's a niche market. I wouldn't dispute that, but we're having a good time playing it. It's nice to have the kind of audience. This is going to sound like, you know, if anybody else said this, I'd be skeptical of that person. But because I'm saying it, it must be true. Hideous. I'm lucky that we have a relatively smart, erudite, ooh, that's a ticket right there. Erudite, learned audience that is like, yeah, I'll watch these two morons, you know, look at street signs and try to piece together where they are on a world map for 30 minutes 3 times a week. That's dope. Thank you so much for enabling that weirdness to exist and be viable. And I really do need to thank you for it, even if you find it entertaining. You know, there's lots of entertainment out there that is excellent but doesn't get an audience. The fact that this gets an audience is something that I am very thankful for. Now, it's probably never going to blow up 1 million views on YouTube, but at the same time, it doesn't need to. And I hope that in some ways, you know, you're learning something as we learn something. You know, I firmly believe in the importance of lifelong learning. I think there's nothing sadder to me than, well, there's many things sadder than this on an injustice level, but it bums me out when people are like, finally graduated from school, never need to learn anything again. You know, like I'm describing Shenzhen IO, which is a game that hopefully my Let's Look At has already gone live for, but not cool enough. Yeah, we'll take that, and then we'll go to our curse room. I didn't deserve a deal with the devil here, so that's fair. But, and people go, oh, it sounds like school. Yo, like, the education system has problems, but you should be passionate about the pursuit of knowledge, you know? Like I said, it's like leveling up in real life. Knowledge is precious, you know? You're only making yourself a more excellent person by learning stuff. Unless you're learning, like, terrible things, but this is a little bit outside the bounds of reason. Bridget Jones. Okay, we don't have anything there. Alright, down to the next floor. We're way behind schedule. So much for getting to boss rush here. But anyway, I digress. I'm just saying, I hope you're learning something. I hope you're entertained first and foremost, maybe learning something secondarily about the world that we live in. You know, neither of us are geniuses, but we're learning as we go. Boss rush is within striking distance, but unlikely, I'd say. Especially with another Curse of the Lost. We're like one full floor behind, but we're not underpowered. You know, if we were one full floor, I don't know why I have such a hard time with that sentence, but if we were one full floor behind and I was like, it takes us 10 minutes to kill each room, I'd be bummed out. And it's not about boss rush, it's more like, you know, we're doing a symptoms check on WebMD, IsaacWebMD.com. We're like, does our run suffer from shittiness? And the answer is no. Even though we didn't make it to boss rush, which is probably a symptom of having a shitty run, this is not a run that is plagued by shittiness. It's just a little slow, you know? Sometimes, you know, you get a headache 2 days in a row. It doesn't mean you have a brain tumor. It just means, you know, you gotta drink some more water, you dingus. You gotta hydrate. Well, Guppy's tail and my own lack of impulse control have pilfered our ability to actually have keys. So hopefully that gets sorted here. I'm not sure where our luck stat's at. In the end, that's probably... Oh, God, that worked somehow. It's probably secondary to just getting stuff like that, but we're gonna have to open this, I guess. And you know what? Cracked dice is cool. You know, we already used the key to open... this is a tough choice. Cracked dice feels like it has potential, but I also really doubt I'm gonna get to use an IV bag on this run, so... Maybe instead we just go for the one that gives us the ability to open all the golden chests we're gonna get from Guppy's tail, and we say that that's good. And I think that is good. I'm gonna go with that. And opening golden chests also gives us plenty of opportunities to get stuff to reroll as well, which is maybe the most important thing here when you got the D6. You know, you want more tickets in the lottery. Mostly because, you know, it's not a really good analogy to say we want more tickets in the lottery, because every ticket in the lottery costs you more money. This isn't costing us anything. We're pretty much like exclusively getting a benefit out of it, so. The analogy doesn't hold. Ideal deal with the devil here. I mean, if we're not within reason, I would like to fight Krampus. If we get Krampus's head, we just re-roll it into a any other deal with the devil item. And if we get lump of coal, even better. You know, we got a good rate of fire, good range, shot speed's okay, even though Blue Mushroom lowered it. Pretty good setup. That's probably worth taking. And we did get Krampus, so, you know, so far dream come true. Now it's up to us to actually make it work correctly the way we intended. And we get Krampus's head, re-roll it. Missing page 2 is not very good. I am going to make a decision that a lot of people might not be super stoked about, and I'm going to skip our item room and shop in the hopes of getting to boss rush. And if it doesn't work, then, you know, that's throwing items down the drain. But it's been a long time. I've resisted saying it's been a while. It's been a long time since I've made it to boss rush. It's going to be tough to get there. We missed the Hush fight. That's how desperate I am to, like, hit one of these timing-based performance incentives. Like, I missed Hush on the last run by like a second and was bummed out. There's a chest back there. I'm interested, but reserve it as well. And I'm looking at this and I'm not a fool most of the time. I realize it's gonna be pretty tough to make this. And, you know, people are always like, oh, I'm looking at all the evidence, it's gonna be tough, but I believe. I think of myself as a pretty rational person. I would say right now we should consider it strongly unlikely that we make it. And even if we do make it, the cost might be outweighed. Definitely. Chaos. It was worth it. It was worth it. The cost might be outweighed, or the benefit might be outweighed by the cost. Especially we got no ability to teleport out right now. But what we do have now is Chaos, which is excellent. And we got it half price. Okay, boss rush is not going to happen. No, not gonna happen. Slow it down, okay. You gotta pull the brakes on this one a little bit, get the afterburners going. Afterburners, I think, make you speed up, but just ignore that. Sweet. We are gonna go to our item room. Our item room contains petrified, or number 2. Number 2 is not very good. Take Mom's bottle of pills to get us a little closer to the transformation and give us amnesia. Classic. But not at all good for us, of course. Come back and grab this. Reroll it again. Guppy's collar. Huge plays. Thank you, Chaos. And now, let's put our money where our mouth is and donate here. So we're going to go to as much as they'll let us, which is probably not very much. That was the weirdest sound that's ever come out of my mouth. I drank a little too much sparkling water in one gulp there. I apologize. There's more rooms left. I'm hopeful we'll get a battery charge, but if we don't, we don't. But I hope we do. We're two sixths of the way there. It's a hard fraction to simplify. I'm just joking, of course. This guy can give us a battery charge. I am an idiot, and he did give us a battery charge. Beautiful. All right, we blow this guy up for a better deal with the devil chance. Sorry to say, we don't have any money, so... Well, now we do, but you get the idea. All right, right off the bat, Lemon Party goes down, and I think we're well poised. I think we're in a good situation here. Really, really good rate of fire. Just try not to forget about the possible Tinted Rock up there, which paid out with nothing. Tinted Rocks have been a little lame on this run, honestly. You expect some golden chests, but you don't expect, like, this degree. We'll take the Polaroid. We'll head down to the next floor. We might be able to snag a Hush fight, but we're a couple of minutes behind schedule already. The only thing I don't like about this run right now is our HP. You know, 6 is okay, but there's room to grow. Maybe we'll focus on the positives there. I don't know how many times we gotta enter and exit that room to get to an ideal situation, but... What's the real, like, the winning clause for us here? Don't take damage on this floor, get a deal with the devil, and then use that deal with the devil to hopefully... you know, now that I think about it, deal with the devil doesn't necessarily have a higher chance to give us a Guppy item. So I actually think maybe We hope, and it's not really a situation you want to be in necessarily, but we hope for a lot of golden chests, and then we hope those golden chests pay out with anything, because then we can re-roll it into anything, or we can take anything if anything is what we like. Bad start. I do think Deal with the Devil is important if we can snag it, though, because, you know, access to items is important. That's going to be our limiting factor right now, is just being able to get the items in general. You know, to be able to see them to re-roll them in the first place. Yeah, okay, so that's the ticket right there. Sad Bombs is a huge pickup. It almost always is. I'm always happy to have it. Very few situations, like, occasionally I'll pass up Bomber Boy because I'm scared. You know, I'm like, oh, I got number 2, so I don't want to take Bomber Boy. Sad Bombs is immune from that fear. Sad Bombs is just a wonderful, beautiful item. It's a special snowflake. It's a great time all around. Please. I'm hoping for golden chests out of these, honestly. Infested. Could be worse. It's not out of the question to call Sad Bombs a run winner, honestly. Probably not with 16 bombs and only homing bombs as a synergy. But if we can get like some really dynamite tier effects, then yeah. And I use dynamite to describe things because I'm an old 19th century prospector up in the Yukon, chasing the Klondike Gold Rush from vein to vein. I don't know any gold related terms, but there's veins of gold, surely, right? That sounds right-ish to me. We do need that key. And we just probably squandered our Deal with the Devil chances. We got tons of rerolls, so at least if we don't like what we get from our first boss, we can change it. Telepills. Not good. Good if we still had a chance of boss rush. Not good in this situation right here. Try not to use too many sad bombs, but that might have been secret room access, but whatever. You know, it's the one downside about homing bombs, is that you can't be lazy like me and try to find the secret room while also fighting a boss, because it'll mess up your bomb placement. It's like what it's best at. Good enough, good enough. No spikes coming up. I want those to pay out with golden chests now. Daddy Longlegs is a scary item, man. Or a scary boss. Unpredictable damage. Should be standing as far away as we can because Evil Eye, you know, gets more mileage that way. Okay, we did fine. We did get a Deal with the Devil. Well, okay, I think you take 99 bombs. I don't think you reroll that because we can reroll the item outside instead, and it's just as likely to give us something different. Oh yeah, we'll take 99 glitter bombs. Obviously, I was hoping for Guppy, but 99 glitter bombs that are also sad is really good. So I think we've managed to put together a pretty excellent synergy here. And by we, I mean, like, predominantly the game itself. But our DPS is kind of junk. Our, you know, HP is not exceptional. We got a lot of, you know, intangibles, incidentals, stuff like that working out for us here in the future. Or potentially working out for us here in the future. So, if this became a loss, I would be bummed beyond belief. Not because it ruins any potential streak, but just because, you know, it's a fun run. 99 sad bombs, it's not quite in, like, super cool territory, because our bombs are not spectacular yet. I tried to time it. Why do you always try to time it? It's like, my number one, actually, this is not true. I was gonna say my number one pet peeve when I'm driving is this, but my number one pet peeve when I'm driving is people who don't signal. Fuckers, I see you out there. You think I don't see you? It's not just that I see you, I judge you. I want you to know that if you don't signal, I want you, okay, well, the worst thing is if you fucking text and drive, but, like, I've already been over that. Like, you know, if you're gonna get in a freaking 2-ton chunk of metal and fly down the highway, oh, Jennifer texted me to see if I need to pick up some 2% milk on the way home, just fuck off and don't kill me and my family, please. But I don't want you to think, like, ooh, that guy's probably mad I didn't signal. I want you to know that while you're not signaling, I am, like, building a backstory for you in my head that is horrible. I'm like, oh, he, you know, probably mistreats animals. You know, he's probably a real jerk. Probably, you know, doesn't vaccinate his kids. Like, I just, the works, man. I go through it all. So, just signal. It's not like, oh, if you think I'm a bad person for thinking those things about a stranger, that's one thing. I don't know why when people do bad things or things that are senseless, the #1 reaction is always like, well, what if their signal doesn't work? Yo, that's like a 1 in 1,000 chance. If someone does something good, they're like, maybe they're just donating to charity to get the tax break. If someone does something bad, they're like, maybe they've got a good reason to do that bad thing. It's like, question every good deed, never question a bad one with some people. Anyway, what I was gonna say was, I actually forgot what I was gonna say. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fight Hush. I'm salty we missed Boss Rush. I think this gives us a good chance at a Guppy item. Oh, now I remember on this incoherent rant where I was going. What bugs me is like, if you do this, I don't make up a backstory for you in my head. I just think that guy's min-maxing an area of his life that does not need this area, or does not need this level of min-maxing. Definitely Mr. Mega is more fun for us, and I'd say Guppy's head gives us the Guppy transformation, and then also, ooh, Black Candle, is when people start moving at a red light before the light turns green, because they try to predict when it turns green, because it saves you literally a microsecond. You know, I get it. Driving can be boring, man. You don't want, you know, you're doing the same thing over and over. It's very repetitive action. At the same time, the number of times, you know, I see people start to go when a red light turns green, they don't realize the other side is a protected left, so they go like half a car length into the intersection, and then they're like, oh, sorry, I gotta stop because I was doing this thing that provides me with like literally the smallest benefit perceivable on any conceivable scale. You know, it's just cool it, man. It's okay, just wait for the light to turn green. We're all in this together. We really should not be taking 2 hits on Baby Hush. Something smells delicious in my place of residence right now. I'm excited for this run to end so I can pick up a little bit of dinner. And that's how you know I'm not... Occasionally in the past there's been some, you know, conspiracy. There's NL's trying to finish the run as soon as possible because I've done the math. And it turns out the more videos you make, the more money you can make. So the shorter the videos, the more you can record on a daily basis. I'm a hungry boy. I'm ranting incoherently about the state of drivers. And I know everybody's always like, oh, you know... drivers in this place suck. Drivers in Iowa suck. Drivers in New Hampshire suck. You know, it's... I guess drivers everywhere suck. Probably myself included, if I'm being honest. But, those flies... I guess I'm not Beelzebub. Those flies don't belong to me yet. But I'm a hungry boy. I didn't have to fight Hush. I only had 6 or 7 HP when I came down to this fight, and I still said, you know what? This Hush fight's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good for me. I'm gonna have a fun time doing it. It's gonna be fun for the viewers, at least some of them. Let's get it knocked out. And you know what? It was a tangible benefit. I'm having a good time. I stand by that rant, by the way. Too many people treat... Well, it's I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. But I think too many people treat cars as if it's not a mode of transportation that is designed to get you from point A to point B without, you know, having your chest cavity cave in. It's not a driving minigame, man. You ain't playing Drive 3-er. You're playing, you know, I gotta get Susie to ballet practice. The amount of, I mean, if you live in the lower mainland, you know, in Vancouver, BC, or if you live in Washington State, you know, I know you think that Vancouver drivers have a reputation for being particularly bad. I think you're right, honestly. A number of times people don't budget their time well, and they end up being late, and they're stuck in traffic. And the number of times, you can't see me because I don't have my webcam on, but the number of times I see people make this gesture in their car when they're like stopped at a red light, you know, with just their hands splayed out to their sides, like, what is this idiot in front of me doing? He's stopping because it's a red light. It's not his fault. The light's red, and you know, waited 10 minutes too late to get Jennifer in the car to get to, you know, yoga for preteens. We're all human beings here. It's okay. We're all gonna be fine eventually. Maybe. I mean, we're all gonna die eventually in all likelihood, but, you know, we'll be fine until that happens. On a cosmic sense. I'm just gonna hold the right arrow key down until we win this. Okay, I see a small reason to change. Really, what I should be doing here to avoid complete catastrophe, ooh, that's dicey, is throwing down non-stop glitter bombs. Thank God we made it out of that. That was a little scary, but glitter bombs could give us red hearts, so I should have been throwing down more glitter bombs. But I'm stoked we made it out of it regardless. Let's head up to the next floor, and we should be good to finish this one off. I always turn the lens inwards. I'm not the world's most amazing driver. You know, there've been some times where I've made some questionable turns. I may or may not have cut people off, you know, in my previous life. The shittiest driving thing that I do that's selfish on a regular basis is, and this maybe it just shows how Canadian I am to even like bring this up, but when traffic's really busy and you're merging onto the highway, you're supposed to go to the end of the merge lane and then do what's called a zipper merge. It means the last person, or like the first person in line in the merge lane gets in, and then one car on the highway moves up, and then the car behind them comes in, and it keeps things ordered and it helps the flow of traffic, and I accept that. Sometimes, if it seems like I can sneak in before I get to the front of the merge line, I will do that, and I even hesitate to admit that because it makes people very angry. In my head, I'm like, well, this means that I don't have to struggle when I get up there. I can sort it out for myself right now, and it probably does impede the flow of traffic to a degree, and I'll accept that. And if a great case is made to have me stop doing that, I'll gaze inwards and maybe do it myself, but all I ask is don't text, you know, obviously don't drink and drive. I hope that's obvious at this point, but freaking don't text and drive. Bums me out so much, man, to hear these stories. Occasionally, you know, you like be in a car with someone and they'll glance at their cell phone. I got zero tolerance for that shit. But maybe I'm just an old curmudgeon. But don't text and drive, man. This is me. And how many times have we done this PSA in Isaac? You know, it's a long-running series. There's a lot of downtime between incredible stuff happening in games sometimes. Let's use it for like a certain public good. This is Northern Lion, and I'm saying if you text and drive, you're not as cool as you think you are. If you text and drive, I think you're kind of a jerk. That's as deep as I'm willing to go there. Because I don't know, you might be like an emergency physician or something. You're looking at your phone and you're going, oh, Sally needs brain surgery. I gotta turn left. You know, I understand. But most people probably not, though, you know, when you think about it. Okay, remote detonators, 5 extra bombs. And I mean, it seems like it could be useful, admittedly. A Thame is okay. When I said it could be useful, I'm gonna reroll it. Like, remote detonator's fine, but I'd much rather have the chance to reroll future items, like, forever on this run. Nun's Habit, dope. Why, buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Instead of buying Nun's Habit, it just showed up here. The answer, by the way, why buy a cow when you can get the milk for free, is, you know, maybe you want a cow. You don't want milk. Maybe you want something different. It's two different things. Now, if you said, why buy the cow when you can get the cow for free? Well, we might as well re-roll both of these, right? They're both kind of garbo right now. Pact is lovely, though. If you said, why buy the cow when you can get the cow for free, becomes a much simpler question to answer. You'd be like, well, does the farmer immediately need support that I'm willing to give them? If so, maybe I'll buy it. If not, yeah, give me a free cow. But, like, it's not like I go to the grocery store and I'm like, why would you buy a steak? They've got free milk over there in the dairy aisle. You fucking idiot. Sorry, you fudging idiot. YouTube content ID rules. Or content guidelines. Sorry. What are you buying that tri-tip for? 2% on for the low price of 0. I understand the spirit of the expression, by the way. I'm deliberately being absurd to turn it on its head a little bit and have a giggle at its expense, and also to get us off the driving thing, which is like, it can be a hot button issue, I understand. People are riled up in their car. You know, you got an 80-minute commute every day. Sometimes it feels like if you can save 10 seconds, it's worth it, mentally speaking. I get it. It's a complex issue. Move. You gotta move on the intervals. We Gucci, team. We Gucci. What do I hate more? These are both active, so they should go. Take treasure map. And then these are both passives I don't like. And one of them gave us a bomb synergy, so I'm happy about that. Yeah. We're gonna win, by the way, in case this wasn't evident. We came close to death during the Hush fight, and that was largely due to poor play. I mean, taking damage against the Hush sometimes feels like you don't have a choice in the matter. But I definitely should not have taken damage against little baby Hush. It's in the books. Like, it's as close to in the books as possible. It's like, you know, we're up like 6-0 with 30 seconds left in the hockey game. I mean, it's probably uncouth for the coach to hop the bench and start celebrating, but the refs aren't going to be like too many men on the ice, you know? It's already done. So we'll just finish off Isaac, and I had a great time on our first Isaac run in a while here. We got a lot of bomb synergies, man. We should be throwing down more sad bombs just to experience it. If there's one true bummer here, it's definitely that we didn't get like a cool tier effect to work with sad bombs, but apart from that, lovely. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.